Last year I made a video about M. Night Shyamalan and about his success in terms of coming back despite having to deal with a lot of backlash and a lot of hate when it comes to his bad films, and also showing how much of a comeback that he's made throughout the years of trying to put that bad past behind him. But from the comments that I've read in that video, apparently he's starting to create even more backlash with all the nepotism between him and his daughter, and how she's starting to get more of the spotlight in the recent movie Trap. And a couple commenters kind of let me have it in terms of that, and I feel kind of dumb for kind of leaving that out in the video. Although at the time I left it out because I didn't think it was important in terms of the topic at hand, because I wasn't exactly talking about the nepotism. But I did promise that I would eventually talk about when it comes to light in the next couple months to come. Now we have a new star that also happens to fall into the category of nepotism, Jack Quaid, who is the one and only descendant of Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid, who's really been making a name for himself in the industry recently, with the first 4 seasons of The Boys, and now 2 movies that came out this year that basically both killed in the limelight recently, and which goes to show his extra bit of talent that we didn't even know was even possible from this guy. Both the hero and the villain in the exact same year, that's pretty crazy. But there are times where he's actually been seen as the nepo baby of the industry, seeing how he's born of 2 veteran actors that have already made a name for themselves on their own. And while that label is kind of stuck with him, Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid do admit that he is kind of a nepo baby at times. I really hate saying that word. Let's just call him Nepo Kid. Can we call him Nepo Kid? I'm gonna call him Nepo Kid. So they acknowledge that he's a Nepo Kid and basically giving him the significant advantage in order to boost his career. At the same time, he stresses that he makes it on his own efforts. Considering everything that he's done so far, I kind of believe it. Like, it can't be easy to play a villain in a movie while also be seen as sort of the good guy in most other films or shows. So do I entirely blame the nepotism in terms of how he got to where he is right now? I guess, maybe. But at the same time, I find it hard to get incredibly mad at, because like, in a sense, you could kind of blame the parents for getting him into acting in the first place, but the thing is, kids grow up into adults just like anyone else. They're old enough to make their own decisions. They don't need someone to tell them to do anything. I'm pretty sure Jack and probably many other people who are bound to this label have made their own careers and their own merits with the help of their last of kin, but at the same time probably wouldn't deserve a chance to stand out either way. While I do think that other people outside of any of kin in this Hollywood industry should deserve any form of validation in any way, but this is a competition anyway. I think they're just trying to make things work with what they have anyways. So like, I don't necessarily hate them for that. In terms of the whole nepotism with Jack, I think he's clearly trying to just make it work and try to stand out on his own. While he has the last name Quaid, I don't think it's worth hating him over. Now, to answer the question which is the title of the video, was Jack Quaid's career given or was it earned? Well, considering the controversy of nepotism itself, I leave that up to people who see the actor as how he is. Based on his own talent and how he thrives in the industry, I feel like that should be up to the viewer. For me personally, he stands out on his own without even really the help of his parents anyway, I think. In a way, I'd say he's earned it. In a way, he was given the chance to actually take the opportunity to proceed in this career. He didn't necessarily have to say yes. He could have easily said no and just moved on with his life. But he chose to do it, and he made the name for himself as where he is now. So, in a way, it's kind of earned. There might be other circumstances in terms of the nepotism, but instead of just trying to pin it down to just one big topic, I'd rather just talk about it in terms of the individuals who are labeled as those nepo kids. With that in mind, Jack Quaid, I think his career has been earned, even if it regards to the nepotism altogether. That's my verdict of the whole thing.